Hello guys, I'm Timothy Earle with Earle Sports Bets and Picks and Parlays. Welcome back to another edition of Ballin' Out with Tim Earle. Saturday college football, and I think we have a good slate. We'll be talking over 5 games. We'll be talking Clemson and Cuse, Florida, Kentucky, Michigan, Nebraska, Kansas, and Texas, and then the college football game, or college game day game, I should say, Duke and Notre Dame. Before we jump into this one, if you guys are interested, a 1-week pass of all of the plays from Earle Sports Bets, $70 on the picksandparlays.net website, picksandparlays.net/Tim. That's where you can find it. Lots of stuff going on right now. And not to mention, in about 1.5 months, we're going to have like 7 sports going on at once. So it's going to be a frenzy. Make sure you guys are jumping on that if you guys are interested. And make sure you guys are following Earle Sports Bets on all social media platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Let's jump into it. Clemson and Cuse. Clemson's a 7-point favorite with a total of 53. Clemson 0-2 in ACC play for the first time with Dabo Swinney. And Cuse looking good. 4-0 to start the year. Granted, they really haven't played anybody. They played Colgate, Western Michigan, Purdue, and Army. But, Cuse always gets pumped up for this game. I remember a couple of years ago, Clemson came in there undefeated as a big dog, as a big favorite, and Syracuse went outright. It's not the same teams, but Clemson doesn't deserve to be a 7-point road favorite. I'm grabbing Cuse +7. I will be sprinkling that money line. Let's head to Kentucky and Florida. Kentucky's a 1.5-point home favorite with a total of 44.5. Hey, Florida's ranked. Kentucky's not. This one is a system play for me, at least. And we do this a lot with college basketball as well. I grab the team that's not ranked, especially when they're a favorite. I'm grabbing Kentucky in this one. I'm going to grab them minus the 1.5. Yes, I know they're undefeated. That's why they're probably favored, and they're at home. But whenever I see a ranked team versus an unranked team, I'm always going after the unranked team, especially when they're a favorite. Let's jump over to Michigan and Nebraska for the next one. Michigan's a 17.5-point favorite. 39.5 is the total. And I just think the total is too low. I'm going to grab the over. Michigan not playing at home anymore. Their defense is probably not going to hold up as well because you don't have 100,000 screaming fans helping out the defense. No, not in Nebraska. You don't. I think Nebraska scores 10 to 17 points in this game. And I think we get 24, 28 from Michigan. I think Michigan will put up some. I like the over 39 in Michigan and Nebraska. Now, this one is a big game for both teams. Both teams are now ranked. Kansas is ranked now, which is good to see for Kansas. They're 4-0 for the second year in a row. Texas also 4-0. Texas is a 16-point favorite. 61 is the total. I think everybody's getting way too hyped up over Kansas. I think Texas is legit. If I had a rankings out right now, Texas is my number 1 team in the nation. And I don't really think it's all that close at the moment. I'm not sold on Georgia. I'm not sold on Michigan. Ohio State, we just saw a very close game again with them in Notre Dame. There's just a couple of teams there. Florida State's had a couple of close games. Texas, they had a couple of close quarters against Wyoming. Other than that, this team has been solid. I'm grabbing the Longhorns minus 16. College game day is heading to Durham. Duke is hosting Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a 5.5-point favorite. 52.5 is the total. And when it comes to this one, I'm grabbing some luck. I'm grabbing the luck of the Irish, especially after they lost last game to Notre Dame. I think this is a good bounce-back spot for them. We already saw Notre Dame come into NC State and smack them around. I could see them doing the same to Duke. I will say Duke has been a nice or a good story for them. I personally hate Duke, but they've looked good this year. They're covered in 3 out of the 4 games. Granted, look who they played. Clemson, fantastic win. It was at home, and look how Clemson's kind of look now, but still, really good win. Lafayette, Northwestern, UConn. All right, I'm not sold on those last 3 games. Though they covered in 2 out of the 3, they didn't cover a 43.5-point spread against Lafayette. I'm not sold on them yet. Now, if they win here, different story. They should be a lot higher of a ranked team. I just think Notre Dame's got a lot better of a team, so I'm going to take them minus the 5.5. Once again, all of our plays, because I know the Duke one is not up on the site. The Michigan one's not up on the site. Kentucky's not up on the site. Syracuse and Texas both are. I will say that right now. But we have, I think, 17 other plays on the site. So all of them right here. PicksandParlays.net/Tim. We got our complete NFL card up as well. So if you guys are interested in that, check that out. And make sure you guys are following Earle Sports Bets on socials. Recap time. We'll grab Cuse plus the 7. We'll grab Kentucky minus 1.5. We'll grab the over in the Nebraska game. We'll grab Texas minus 16. And we'll grab the Irish minus 5.5. That's going to do it for this edition of Ballin' Out with Tim Earle. Thank you guys for watching.